Welcome back. Let's see here. Congratulations on your new job. This is just a series of videos that I have. We'll be jumping into seventh grade now. Just kind of going over the curriculum that I've done over the past year and just taking a look at it. And all these files will be shared with you, and so you can use them if you would like to. So this is seventh grade. We did sixth grade previously. Now this is seventh grade. First unit, scientific method. Now, there's a lot of overlap with sixth grade. Kind of started out in the same place, just what's the nature and what's the methods of science. So I'm not sure how deep you want to go with this because students did do this in sixth grade. I think that would be good to have a review with them again, okay? Um, so my suggestion would actually be find something that you could do to take some data on, some experiment that you could do to take some data on, and then run it through the natures of science. So I guess I'm going to be backing up here just a little bit. This is the syllabus I put together for get together night, just to get night where parents could come in and learn a little bit more. So I kind of have class perspective up here, the different units that we study, the educational philosophy that we go into, and just some of the stuff about, how do I grade stuff, um, how do I handle retakes, stuff like that. This is actually false here. Tests are worth, I changed that to be 40 points a piece. Okay. So read through that if you would like to. Other than that, I got tips for making graphs in Google Sheets, review sheet, basically the vocab that they need to know, review questions that they need to know. The test is here as well. This is a little something extra. Parent-teacher conferences self-evaluation. This is later on in the year, but I just parked it in this folder. Just where students can self-evaluate themselves before parent-teacher conferences. And so when you're at parent-teacher conferences, you kind of have the student's opinion of, are they working to their best potential, stuff like that. Okay. Rocket data, I did in seventh grade do the rockets with the students, but these students you won't be able to do that with because they did it in sixth grade. So I suggest doing a different experiment. I found a little picture right here. This is actually the experiment I personally would do. You do what you want. Follow the FOSS if you want to. They have some experiments that you could do in there as well. But just to start out, I like doing this experiment where you give groups of kids some Matchbox track. You can get this on eBay really easily. They take a car and they test how far it actually flies, how far it goes through the air, and then they choose a variable to change. They could change the initial height or they could change the final height. They can't change the length of the track. They can't change where it hits the floor. They can't change what car they're using. They have to control all their variables except for either, and they can only change one, initial height or their final height. Okay? And then they take some data, run the car a few times at different increments, see how far the car actually flies, stuff like that. The big part of that would then be making graphs. Making graphs on Google Sheets, really important for kids to be able to do that. Yeah, that will help them to learn the nature and methods of science, what experimentation actually looks like. Then, what I have done in the past when I did this experiment is I would then have them, I'd take something, some type of bigger than a tuna fish can, but smaller than a dinner plate, have something that they show me their graph. I choose a distance away from the end of their ramp. Like if they're getting anywhere between 20 to 80 centimeters or something like that, I would choose a distance in there somewhere, maybe 60. They get one chance. They set up their ramp, use their graph to set up their ramp, and see if they can get their car into the thing. You could give them bonus credit, or you could get them a treat or something like that if they can do it. I would rather do a treat than bonus credit. But yeah, so that would be my suggestion for the first unit. Shorter unit, but it's really important just seeing what science is. All right. Yeah, that's about it. I will end here and then do a video on the next unit.